Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. DTC U0155 refers to a FedCAN malfunction involving the transmission control module, TCM, and the gauge control module in the Honda Pilot, model years 2016 to 2022. The fault controller area network, FedCAN, is crucial for communication between these components, and a malfunction indicates a breakdown in this communication. When activating the ignition to the on position, the system performs checks to ensure that all components are functioning properly. The gauge control module plays a vital role in providing information related to vehicle speed, fuel level, and other critical data to the driver via the dashboard. If this malfunction is confirmed by the HDS tool, troubleshooting steps must be initiated to identify and rectify the underlying issue. Practicing thorough checks can not only aid in resolving the current issue, but also bolster long-term vehicle reliability. DTC U0155 indicates a failure in the FCAN, which is integral for communication between the transmission control module, TCM, and the gauge control module. The transmission control module is responsible for managing gear shifts in automatic transmission vehicles, while the gauge control module provides the driver with real-time data such as speed and fuel levels. Both modules are typically located under the dashboard of the vehicle, making them accessible for service and diagnostics. When there is a malfunction in this communication, either of these components can stop operating correctly, leading to incorrect or non-functional gauge readings, which can severely impact driving performance and safety. Therefore, maintaining proper communication between these modules is critical for the vehicle's operational integrity. There are several possible causes for the DTC U0155. Poor connections can occur due to corrosion, accumulated dirt, or simply due to age, leading to ineffective electrical communication. Loose terminals are another significant concern. They may not make a reliable electrical connection, resulting in intermittent faults. Additionally, wire damage, whether due to environmental factors or physical wear, can interrupt the signal between the gauge control module and the TCM. It is also important to examine any freeze data, which captures the state of the vehicle at the moment a fault occurred. This data can offer critical insights into the circumstances surrounding the malfunction, making it easier to reproduce the issues under similar conditions later on. When DTC U0155 is triggered, drivers may notice several symptoms. One of the most immediate indications is warning lights illuminating on the vehicle's dashboard, signaling a fault in the communication system. Additionally, erratic gauge readings can be observed. For instance, the speedometer may fluctuate or not display correctly, providing inaccurate information to the driver. These issues can extend to transmission performance, where delayed or erratic gear shifts may occur as a direct result of lost communication between the TCM and the gauge control module. If left unaddressed, these symptoms can contribute to unsafe driving conditions, making it essential to diagnose and rectify the root cause of the DTC promptly. The first step in troubleshooting DTC U0155 involves turning the vehicle's ignition to the on position. This action prepares the vehicle for diagnostic checks and allows the system to initiate its self-diagnostic functions. After setting the ignition, the next important step is to clear the DTC using the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS, a specialized tool designed to read error codes and reset them. Once the DTC has been cleared, it's crucial to turn the vehicle to the off or lock mode before returning it to the on mode again. This cycle helps to reset the vehicle's electronic systems and ensures they are operating correctly. Following these steps will allow the technician to check for any new pending or confirmed DTCs, completing the verification process. This step will lay the groundwork for identifying the source of the error. Step 2 focuses on checking for additional DTCs related to the gauge control module using the HDS. This involves verifying codes such as U0029, which indicates a communication line error, or U0100, suggesting a lost communication link with the engine or transmission control. If either of these codes is present, it confirms that the issue is associated with the gauge control module itself, warranting further investigation into the connections and wiring of the component. If no additional codes appear, the technician should perform the gauge control module's self-diagnostic function. This diagnostic step is critical to drill down into the potential faults within the gauge control module and ensure all systems are operational prior to physical inspections. In Step 3, the goal is to check the continuity of the FCAN-AH line. Begin by turning the vehicle to the off or lock mode, ensuring that all systems are shut down for safety. Next, disconnect the connectors from the gauge control module and the TCM, specifically the 32P and 58P connectors, respectively. After disconnecting these connectors, continuity needs to be checked between defined test points: the gauge control module's number 24 pin and the TCM's number pin, 34 pin. This is to confirm that there is no break in the communication line. If continuity is present, we can conclude that the FCAN-AH wire is functioning properly, and the technician can move on to the next step. If continuity is not present, this indicates an open wire that needs to be repaired. Step 4 involves a similar procedure focusing on the FCAN-AL line. Again, after ensuring the vehicle is in the off mode, the previously mentioned connectors need to be disconnected: the gauge control module and the TCM. The next task is to check for continuity between the gauge control module's number 25 pin and the TCM's number 47 pin. Establishing continuity at this point is critical for confirming that the second communication line is intact. If continuity is verified, the technician can either check for any service information related to the DTCs or symptoms, or proceed to the sensor unit or substitute a known good gauge control module to further pinpoint the issue. If continuity cannot be confirmed, this means there is an open wire present in the FCAN-AL line that will need to be repaired before further diagnosis can be conducted. After all the necessary repairs have been carried out, the final step is to verify that the repairs have resolved the issue indicated by DTC U0155. First, the technician should clear the DTC once again using the HDS. This action resets the system and prepares it for a new diagnostic run. Subsequently, it's important to conduct a test drive to bring the vehicle under various conditions, allowing the repaired components to be thoroughly assessed. During the test drive, the technician should monitor the dashboard for any warning lights, erratic readings, or performance issues. After the test drive is completed, using the HDS again to check for new DTCs is essential to ensure that the repairs were successful and that no further issues persist. To prevent future occurrences of DTC U0155, implementing a series of preventive maintenance strategies is crucial. Regularly inspecting the vehicle's wiring for signs of wear and environmental damage can help catch problems before they escalate into faults. It's important to ensure that all connectors are tight and secure. Vibrations and movement can lead to loose connections over time, interrupting communications. Keeping connectors clean and free from corrosion is also vital, as dirt and moisture can cause significant electrical issues. Furthermore, periodic assessments of the gauge control module and TCM can identify potential concerns well before they trigger DTCs, ensuring reliable vehicle performance. These preventive steps will assist in maintaining the integrity of the vehicle's communication systems, helping to avoid unexpected breakdowns and costly repairs. In conclusion, DTC U0155 signifies a communication failure between the transmission control module and the gauge control module in the Honda Pilot, model years 2016 to 2022. Addressing this DTC involves a systematic troubleshooting approach, starting from verifying the DTC to checking wiring and connections thoroughly. It is essential to carefully follow each troubleshooting step to accurately identify the root cause, whether it be poor connections, loose terminals, or damaged wires. After repairs are made, verification and preventive maintenance practices should be applied to ensure the reliability of vehicle systems moving forward. Ultimately, a comprehensive understanding of vehicle communications will not only help rectifying existing issues, but also enhance the longevity of the vehicle. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.